Hey skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2026 ski test. Got an Atomic Redster Q9.8 for you today. This ski returns unchanged from last year structurally and graphically. We do get a new binding system, and that's a fun one because it's not as difficult to install as it was before. I don't know how much that has to do with the general public and their interpretation of the ski, but from a mounting perspective, it's a lot easier. Full flex binding plate now, they're able to kind of get a nice stack height here and allow for more flex. It doesn't go right down to the heel, so it's going to allow the back of the ski to flex a little bit more naturally. But it's a pretty stiff ski anyway, so there's not a whole lot of flex going on. But you'll just be able to tap into a slightly more pop out of the ski as a result, just having a little bit more of that openness in the back zone there. But yeah, I got to revisit this ski this past year on one of our industry demo days and kind of relearned how awesome it is. There's not a lot out there with this wide of a platform. It's 84 millimeters underfoot, and then with this short of a turn radius. So 14.4 meters in this 173. It also comes in a 181. That's going to bring you up to about 15 meters. But longer skis like that with short turn radii are kind of a little bit awkward. I think it's okay to size down to access the main component of this ski, which is to make those linked shorter carving turns. When you go up to 181, you're not really gaining a ton of high speed stability because the turn radius is so short. The shovel's on the wide side, the flex is stiff, it's fully cambered, so the ski keeps wanting to make shorter turns. So there's really no need to go longer if you're caught in the middle, or even if you just prefer slightly shorter on-piste skis, which I do. But yeah, it is built with their power wood core consisting of poplar and ash. We do get 2 sheets of metal underfoot here, and then we also get the steel RevoShock plates. Those plates are mounted on an elastomer material, allowing them to kind of float and flex a little bit easier. They do a great job of absorbing vibrations and creating a damp overall feel. But yeah, this thing loves to be up on a high edge angle and in that shorter carved turn as a result. Has a race-like feel, but kind of a different one. It's very planted, very sure-footed, but it doesn't have kind of that longer high-speed mentality. Wants to be driven across the fall line as opposed to right down through it. When we look at the width, it's kind of interesting because it is wider than some all-mountain skis. If you're thinking about something like an Armada Declivity 82 Ti or something like that, that has kind of wider relatives in that lineup. That's a narrow all-mountain ski as opposed to this being the widest of the front side. Clearly has more of Atomic's race heritage than it does a more maverick feel to it. And that's fine. It just happens to be more on-trail oriented. It's not like you're going to be able to open up this ski to make it more versatile in softer snow. It does like to be on groomers, but it does well when those groomers get cut up at the end of the day, or if it gets warmer and conditions change. It's nice to have that wider bodied platform underfoot. Shape-wise, certainly has the lookings of a race ski, full camber, no rocker, no taper. That shovel is engaged from tip to tail. It does like to be up on a higher edge angle for sure. If you're trying to keep it shallow, it's going to start skipping along. But once you get past that breaking point, this ski hooks in and it brings you right around for the ride. It is incredibly fun and rewarding of a carving ski. Just a tiny bit of little taper back there to help get through the turns with a little bit easier of a feel. But in general, this shape and profile is brought strictly down from race technology. We do have some tester feedback here. The Redster Q9.8, Mark Angelillo notes, it felt torsionally stiff underfoot. but had to get up to a certain speed to start to perform as needed. Yeah, and I think that's the edge angle thing I was talking about, where if you're kind of swishing along gently, you're just not going to access the intended use of the ski. You got to get going a little bit at speed, and then you start to hook into those S-shaped turns that this ski does incredibly well. It is kind of more focused on those. It doesn't love to be used at higher speeds and more direct to the fall line. It certainly likes to be used in an edge-to-edge, side-to-side format. But it does that better than a lot of others out there. I love that wider bodied feel. Just provides more mass and more volume of a ski underfoot, and you just feel like you're more connected to the snow as a result. But that's it. That's the Atomic Redster Q9.8. Make sure to check this thing out here at SkiEssentials.com, and we'll see you out there on the hill. Bye.